Hey what up guys, your girl Talana and welcome back. Today I am doing something a little different. I don't know if you guys know or follow them, but the LABRANT family, which is a family vlogging channel. The LABRANT family is made up of Cole and Savannah LABRANT and their 3 children. In addition to exploiting their children for clout, in the past Cole LABRANT has made several homophobic and racist comments on Twitter, in addition to saying that homosexuality and divorce are both equally wrong. They've released a documentary titled Abortion. And of course, it's horrible. It is filled completely with biased sources, complete and utter lies, just fake facts. Doctors that are also pro-life and Christian and giving their opinions completely jaded from their religious standpoint, as if it was coming from a medical standpoint, and pretty much everything in the video that I had seen or have heard of sounds pretty fucking stupid. Which is horrible because at this point in time they currently have 13.1 million subscribers. Majority of those are children because family vlogs are directed towards children, therefore they are absolutely poisoning the minds of children with this horrible misinformation. And literally just from looking at it from the description, they have obviously related videos. So if you click live action abortion resources, which that does sound like a link to Planned Parenthood or something to help people that are interested in getting abortions. Does that not? Well, if you click on it, it is accusing the individual of clicking on this of infanticide and is giving links to petitions. It's absolutely completely to try to brainwash anyone actually trying to get resources and make them immediately feel bad for wanting abortion resources. I watched the first 5 minutes and then kind of skipped through other parts and I thought it was absolutely horrible, so I figured I would sit down and give you a giant ass look at this video because we don't want to be giving them views. So please don't go watch this video. Just try to find other commentary channels or just watch this video because I will be showing clips from it. Also, while I have you, please make sure to subscribe to this channel if you want to see more commentary videos. I decided to make this video first off because, hi, I have a TikTok. First off, follow me on TikTok. Since I posted it last night, I have 313.8K views on it, and for the majority of the comment section is pretty positive. After seeing tons of comments suggesting that commentary channels go and elaborate on it so they don't have to actually go watch the actual video from the LABRANT family, I decided I would try to make a reaction video to it so that you guys don't actually have to watch it. In my TikTok, I basically referred to the fact that in the first 5 minutes, they basically compare abortion to the Holocaust and many other genocides, implying that abortion is worse than the Holocaust, which is so utterly offensive that I can't even begin to elaborate on it. That's not something that people should immediately jump to comparing things to, be like, this is worse than the Holocaust. You don't want to immediately jump to that because this has absolutely nothing on the Holocaust, if you didn't already know that. Anyways, I'm gonna get started. Wish me good luck. Hope I don't rage quit this video after 5 minutes. We love the sound effects on this video already. Okay, first off, not them acting like it looks like a baby after like 5 minutes of being in the fucking womb. It's just a clump of cells. It does not look like a person, okay? Let's just start off with that. But then having the flat line.
Abortion has been arguably the most polarizing, heated, and controversial civil rights issue since 1973, when abortion was legalized in the US. And seems to be no middle ground and virtually no.
Wait, I'm sorry, that just said human at 15 weeks, which is 3 months, that's the end of the first trimester. But they're arguing later in this that it's considered human and or a baby at conception. So I'm kind of lost on that one, but go off.
So much anger and so much hate. In the midst of it all, we truly believe that love is the answer.
I don't know if I'd say love is the answer. I think the answer is kind of mind your fucking business and keep your laws away from my body. That's my guess on that one. But sure, love works too.
Is it possible for us to love both the mother and the baby? Maybe the answer isn't either or, but rather both. I have my personal convictions. You have yours. We're all so different.
I I also love that they don't distinguish over what period of time this fucking number came from. It doesn't say this many abortions a year, and not them comparing it to literal genocide when these are a clump of cells that cannot sustain by themselves outside of the mother. I'm so fucking confused, and that is beyond offensive. I can't even start. It's just so offensive to say that. Acting like the Holocaust was like a choice in a way. Like it was their decision to die in the Holocaust because abortion's a choice. They're acting like the Holocaust was also a choice in a way, like making this comparison. It's like, okay, yeah, people both died, but that doesn't mean that they are comparable in any way because they didn't decide that. Also, I don't know if you can even count how many babies died as abortions because they're not people yet. Aborting a clump of cells is not equivalent to killing actual people and torturing them.
But where is God's heart at? Where is the truth and peace amidst all the chaos and lies could actually help and make a difference instead of just adding more noise to an already deafening discussion?
I think this video is exactly what you did. You're just adding fucking noise and you're pissing people off out here. Yeah, I'm gonna leave hella links down below for petitions and donation sites, etc. because this shit pisses me off. And also their comments are off, which I mean, it could just be because they have a family channel so they don't allow comments on kids videos, but also say it with your fucking chest. I want the comments on. I want y'all to be lit up in the comments. And also that means this video is directed towards kids. They click the button that says this is kids content. Not them acting like this graveyard is completely filled with babies. That's not how it works. They're acting like this is all the babies that were killed by evil, liberal snowflake doctors fucking killing babies out here.
So what if you're watching this and you're thinking, should I keep my baby even though it's too hard? As a matter of fact, I was in that position. I was 19 when I got pregnant with Everly, and I remember just being so scared. I know for me personally, my choice was always to keep my baby, but I also know that for others, there are choices.
Okay, I don't get that with me personally, when this whole video is telling other people what they should do. I think the point that a lot of pro-life people don't understand is that pro-choice doesn't mean pro-abort every single time you get pregnant. That is not what it is. It is choice. So you can be pro-choice and decide to keep a baby. You can still decide that. Whether you're married or not, whether you're in high school or not, you can still be like, I'm pro-life for myself, but other people can do whatever they want. That is pro-choice. That is the point that we're all trying to make. I know lots of people that got pregnant at a young age and decided to keep the baby, and that is completely their decision, and I'm going to be fully supportive of them because that's what they want. It's not my job to tell you what to do with your body. So don't make this like film on abortions are bad, no one should ever get an abortion, when you're literally like acting like you're still giving them a choice and not shaming people that are getting them.
In America, over 2,000 abortions happen every day.
Okay, well, according to the CDC, also that number has no cite. They're not citing their sources. There's no links in the description explaining where they got that number. So the newest data that the CDC has is from 2019, and in 47 states, the District of Columbia and New York City, they said roughly, I just did the math a little bit because they just said a total number, but 1,725-ish a day, which is not what they said. I don't know where they got that number, but go off. I'd love to see their sources. Cite your sources for this. I don't know if I'm wrong. I could just make a video and pick a number. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about the rapidly increasing number of babies that Ted Cruz has eaten. In the past hour, Ted Cruz has consumed 47 babies. It's such a disaster, and if you want proof, take my word. I pinky promise that Ted Cruz ate 47 babies in the past 1 minute. I pinky promise you that.
Heart disease, the leading cause of death in the US, according to the CDC. But there's another, even more deadly killer than heart disease.
By definition, abortion is when a pregnancy is ended so that it doesn't result in the birth of a child.
Is it more deadly if they aren't born yet and can't sustain by themselves? Is that still murder? I mean, I know what they think, but I'm just saying that I don't think you can compare actual live people. I don't think you can compare that to a clump of cells that can't live by itself.
Why are we making this? There's so much at risk. Why?
This dude has like the most punchable face. Like, I swear to fucking God. I don't know why it makes me like rabid with like fucking annoyance. I don't know.
But I know that there's gonna be one mom watching, maybe 5, maybe 10, maybe 100, maybe 1,000. We have no idea the ripple effects.
But just for you guys to know all the resources out there, and also for us as a church, and just me and Cole even, just that how much more we need to be doing.
You know how everyone has their specific political issue that just overtakes everything else? For some people, it's gun rights. For other people, it's healthcare. I'd say most people have their issue that they care about the most. Mine is separation of church and state, and I feel like that umbrella term applies to keep your church off my body, homie. That applies to women's rights, that applies to gay rights. In my opinion, human rights is underneath the umbrella term of getting rid of church and state, because I don't care if your church doesn't like gay people. I still think they should have rights, and I still think they should be able to get married. And so this falls underneath it because abortion is a woman's right. It's legally forcing your religious views onto other people through this weird chain of events that people seem to think is okay in America.
So what happens during an abortion?
In private practice, I performed just under 1,200 abortions, including first and second trimester abortions up to 24 weeks of gestation.
So I feel like one of the most important questions that everybody asks is, when does life?
Why was this filmed in a tunnel? The echo in this bitch is crazy, man.
And if we had a direct answer, then I feel like this wouldn't even be a conversation, because if we could all agree that life began at a certain point, then abortion should be allowed before that point and not allowed after. In your professional opinion, when would you say life begins?
Egg is fertilized by a sperm, and that is a
Cue the Hallmark movie music.
single cell organism that has a unique genetic makeup. That is the first. So at fertilization, you have a living cell that has that unique genetic pattern. So on that basis, human life begins at fertilization.
Okay. Where do I go from here? I saw this comment and it said a fertilized egg is just a clump of cells and a bunch of little organisms. So are germs on your hand and hand sanitizer. They both get rid of little tiny organisms. Does that mean we're also gonna have to ban hand sanitizer because I use that way too much? Some people will argue different times. That's pretty tough. The people that say it's 6 weeks though also are, in my opinion, quite fucking stupid because it still can't live by itself. For my basis, I will be referring to if the fetus cannot sustain itself by itself, which is roughly around the 3rd trimester is when it can possibly start to. I'm gonna be using that as a basis, but saying that because there's one cell that's genetically different than another, it's not a person yet.
But a lot happens after that. It gets complicated, but I really do believe that a human life, that individual human being with that unique genetic signature starts at fertilization. People think of doctors as so smart. We're no different than anyone else. When you figure out here, not here, that killing a baby this big for money is wrong, it doesn't take you too long to figure out it. It doesn't matter if the baby is this big or even this big. It's all the same.
The way that they phrase every little thing in this documentary is completely ridiculous, where they try to like say it in the perfect way that falls in perfect line with the crazy propaganda that pro-lifers believe in, with him saying killing a baby, if it's this big, that's not a baby, that is a peanut. It can't live by itself, okay? Oh, and killing a baby for money, that's a way to put it. That's not how you look at it. I mean, tumors are a clump of cells and bitches still be paying to get those removed. It's not always something you want, and you should have the decision to get rid of it if you want, okay? That's just not that's such a bad way to put it. That's such a propaganda-esque way to put it, is killing a baby for money when it's a clump of cells. That's just a really bad way and a dangerous way to put that out to your children audience. I don't know, you're kind of just brainwashing kids with this. It's really messed up.
Whenever we start saying like, at what size is it a human baby? It's like, well, what size is a human? You know, whenever you realize that a baby this big, and this big is a baby, it doesn't matter if it's this big or this big. You know, like if we're going based off of size, our baby in the womb right now.
I don't think we are going based off of size. I think we're going based off of when it can sustain itself and or when it's closest to actually being a human, where if you have a baby at 8 months, let's say, I mean, twins are born at 8 months all the time. Babies can sustain themselves when born that early. And at 7 months, it's kind of give or take even, but it's still a chance. That's why I think that's more of a better line. I don't think people are getting that. Pretty much no one is promoting third trimester abortions unless there's severe medical issues where the mother could die. No one's really promoting that. So don't take pro-choice as killing babies when they come out of the womb and you fucking stab them in the eye. Like, that's not what the f***'s going on.
Now she said was like, as you know, the tip of my finger, but we saw little arms and legs on her ultrasound.
And the baby was moving around.
I love that these pictures are supposed to be like convincing us that it's a baby, and that shit just fucking scares me.
So I feel like a lot of people watching or listening.
This woman makes me so angry. They're just finding the very few doctors that are pro-life and Christian and agree with this, milking that, acting like it's the general public's opinion and most doctors' opinions. It's horrible. I can't. It makes me so mad.
You might not know how abortions are performed, you know? I think you hear pro-choice and it sounds right because it's like, oh, well, the mother should be able to decide whether to keep or not keep, but they don't understand what not keep means.
I think we fucking do. I do think we get that. Also, the way that he is talking, a man is talking for the entire thing, and Savannah is just sitting there saying absolutely nothing, is absolutely ridiculous that you're letting a man talk about what women should do with their bodies and you're just nodding along like, yeah, no, he knows how it works. Let's just stop letting religion and old white men in politics and Cole have opinion on what women should do with their bodies.
Well, most people don't realize it, but any OBGYN has to learn how to do abortions in their residency program. You can opt out because of conscience.
Again, every single word to a T is used to make you think that it's an immoral thing to do, like because of conscience. Oh, okay, so you don't have a conscience if you agree to learn how to perform abortions. Got it.
But I didn't because I was really very pro-abortion.
Pro-abortion's not a thing. I mean, maybe some people say it as a joke. For the most part, it's pro-choice, where you can decide if you want to keep it or not. And pro-abortion, no one's out there saying, kill all the babies. No one's fucking saying that and actually meaning it. So them saying pro-abortion, a propaganda-ass catchphrase to make pro-lifers even more mad about this and get people more heated about it.
In our training program, we learned how to do first trimester abortions, but I was so gung-ho that I went outside of the program and got one of the local abortionists to show me how to do D&E abortions, which are also known as dismemberment abortions.
She's like completely playing into the propaganda that like pro-lifers have said that people are crazy and they're killing babies left and right, and she's just like, I was crazy and I was killing babies left and right. Like, that's not how it fucking works. She's just being like, I was so gung-ho about it. I was like, kill the babies, yes. Yeah, you're dramatizing it because you're now pro-life and Christian and you feel guilty about how you used to be when it was just performing a medical procedure.
Putting some local anesthetic in the cervix, and after you have the opening large enough, you insert a little tube and you go around just like a little vacuum cleaner and suck out.
That's not ripping a baby limb from limb like this bitch just fucking said.
Pulling it through the cervix, the body's too big, so it's not going to come, and so with enough traction and twisting, the arm or the leg comes off.
It's not like you're getting your fucking clamps and barbecuing this fucking baby, flipping him over on the fucking grill.
When you've crushed the head because the white brains leak out.
Ew. What? This is just like trying to scare people. That's all this is. Also, she just completely ignored that you can literally just take a pill, the anti-baby pillin, and just get rid of it. You don't always have to go to these procedures. I want to turn it off. Like, this is the point where everyone said they turned it off. It's like 10 minutes in.
So I had no idea. I had no idea that's what went on. First trimester, second trimester, third trimester. And I feel like it's so necessary for people to know.
Yeah.
Because I think that if this is what's going to happen, the media and news outlets and people can just downplay it.
Yeah. And even with like the little bit that I did know, just hearing it from him and hearing his story.
Hearing it from doctors that share all of my same religious and political views that are completely brainwashed. Yeah, no, hearing it from those sources, those self-serving biased sources, I really, really learned a lot.
You know what they think it is, or like you hear all these different, I don't want to say lies, but you just hear all these different variations of what an abortion is. Well, let's just go to the source.
Yeah.
You know? And like,
your source is not the only source, and it's completely jaded.
so here's a crazy thought. I would not be here today if my grandma did not choose life for my mom. As a matter of fact, her story is wild. I sat down with her to talk about it. You're about to hear it, but her story is so beautiful because it shows the generational impact of choosing, yes, I'm gonna keep this baby.
2018, there was over 400,000 children in foster care. If the over 600,000 abortions that occurred were all carried out and all put up for adoption, that'd be over 1 million in foster care. That's insane. And there already isn't enough care in foster care. There's already not enough foster parents available. There's not enough group homes or centers.
Any kind of supplements or anything. So
This dude's wearing fucking Jesus's merch, bro. That's so sick.
If my grandma did not decide to keep my mom, not only would I not be here, but my kids wouldn't be here. And my kids' kids, and so on. Saying yes to keeping your baby affects so much more than you could ever imagine.
That's kind of fucked up if your kid doesn't want to have a kid. Well, it does not like it affects them because they wouldn't have been born to like know that they were being affected. I mean, you can be thankful for that, but it's not like you're actively killing future generations by not having a full-term baby. Yes, let's harass women into keeping their babies. That will make them feel very supported, and then once they give birth, you don't give them paid time off or help them take care of their kids and no free child care or anything because the system does not actually help. And also the fact that it costs so much to have birth in a hospital. $19,000 in Arizona. Me.
Okay, we found a ministry called Embrace Grace, and this is exactly what they do every single day. Amy Ford, the founder, is determined to help scared pregnant women be brave.
This is giving very much the people that stand outside of abortion clinics and Planned Parenthood and harass every single woman that goes inside. Not helpful, and it's also not going to stop people. I don't get what...
And scared, don't really know what to do. And even with my own story.
My biggest ick in the fucking world is wide brim hats, and they're always on top of the head of some preachy Christian woman. I swear to God. When you see these, you also think Pilgrim, but you also think Christian Girl Autumn photo shoot in like a park, all the leaves turning orange, falling to the ground, and she's wearing some knee-high boots, and the caption has 47 hashtags with like hashtag faith, hashtag God, hashtag Christian girl.
I remember going to like a pregnancy center. I remember they had like an 11 box, and it was from Embrace Grace, and inside of it, it had like a onesie for my boy, and
that is so messed up to like kind of guilt her by giving her a onesie as a gift to be like, this is a baby. Basically the story says that she was like living in homeless shelters, found out she was pregnant, and went to a pregnancy center to figure out what to do and was looking up abortions, etc. And then she is met with this company called Embrace Grace or something like that, and they give her a box of goodies. They're giving her onesies and like a bunch of things to just kind of shame her and make her think that she's killing a literal child. Like, I don't think that that is the way to do it, is to just guilt them into having a baby. I mean, a lot of these support groups are for Christians only. They are through a church, and I don't think you should have to join a church to receive help for your kid, or throughout a pregnancy or after a pregnancy. I don't think you should have to go to a church.
One story that stood out in particular was the story of Dana. She was homeless, living out of her car, raising her kids literally out of her car, and she was just in a tough spot. Life was really hard, and we just feel like if she can do it, then anybody can do it.
That is so messed up to say. If she can do it when she's homeless and raising her kids out of her car, then you should be able to do it too. That's not always the life that someone wants for their kid.
Full example of a community coming together to love one person, and I feel like so many.
Every single clip in this requires the actors to have wide brim hats. For time's sake, that is all I have for you guys today. Please comment below any thoughts you have or anything else you noticed in the video that I did not mention or have time to show. I'll leave all my links in the description down below. Please make sure to subscribe. Follow me on all my social media at Talana Jordan, including my TikTok. I will see you guys next Tuesday with a new video. Peace.